Hello, everyone. So, I just wanted to share a little bit about a dream that I had when I was in Palermo. Whew. Now, I work regularly in my dreams and I remember them, and I have a knowing sometimes, well, a lot of times actually, when I'm in my dreams and knowing that I'm dreaming, and then I can go about and do different things in my dream. So, with that, this one was a pretty wild one. Out of all the dreams that I have remembered, this one probably takes the cake for like top wildest dream. So it happened a few days ago, and I really kind of had to sit with it because it was a little bit on the traumatic side, just because I was, going back from a past life, and I was a dragon, and I kind of watched myself be captured. And yeah, so anyways, back to the beginning. So I remember I was in a castle. I was kind of in this in-between state where I still was having memories of me in like my day-to-day in this reality. But I was in a castle. I was like in Italy, which is where I was at the time. I was in Italy, and I saw a lot of people all around me. I then started seeing people I recognize. I knew that I knew them. I knew that I knew them from this life, like some friends, some clients. They all kind of were in different spots. And I remember thinking, oh, I need to message them about this. So I was having like my kind of like almost like a to-do list, and I was reminded of stuff in my current reality. And then all of a sudden I started climbing up the castle. Like I was in the courtyard and I was going up the castle, and I realized, I was like, oh, I'm moving pretty quickly. I'm moving up all the things, not really realizing like, how can I be doing that as a human? And then all of a sudden I got to the top of the castle, and then I jumped off of it and I was flying. And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'm in one of these flying dreams. Cool. Maybe I can just like move around, thinking that I could, me as Kirsty, go around and go somewhere else. And then I realized I was kind of more the observer in this dream. So me as the observer, I was like, so I was flying, I was looking out from the eyes of this being. And so I'm observing, but I'm also like in this reality, in this dream, in this past life. So I'm flying, I'm going up through the clouds and just noticing like the land beneath me, the clouds that I'm kind of going in and out of, and then the sun, and like seeing like these rainbow rays. Like it was just also magical, also beautiful. Realizing like I was very much in this Italian sort of countryside. And then all of a sudden I start going down, like flying down. And then I'm looking at the earth and I'm like, all right, this land's coming up pretty quick. I'm like, all right, what am I doing? And then I heard in my head, telos. And then I see the ground and I see this like contraption thing, almost like I guess I was going to go through a tunnel, because dragons are interdimensional beings. They can go through all realms. So it was like I was going through the earth and I was headed to Telos. So as I go down, like I'm supposed to be going through the earth, I hit the earth and there's this like horrific shriek, and I see me like going backwards, and I see like my wings like around me, and I see all this like dark, snaky, horrific, like it was almost like dark magic. Like it was like something that was brought on by a wizard, like that, like spells, and it had encased my whole like skin, my scales, my whole being, and I was trapped and I couldn't move. And it was like I had been captured, I had been blocked, I was not free. I couldn't get through to where I was going, and I was just stuck. And it was just like this cry, this screech, just this like sadness. And from there, I woke up. And when I woke up, I was in my bed, but I was still stuck. I saw all this stuff around me. I was like still the size of a dragon when I woke up, because like the roof, it felt like I was like Alice in Wonderland that was waking up and she was like too big for the house. That's really what I saw. The roof was like right there. It was just, I was kind of in this in-between state. So I'm kind of processing like that I can't move. There's all this stuff on like my skin. It feels like I'm in like this cocoon, like wrapped with all this stuff. And now before I went for this nap, I was told I was clearing some past life events and to just rest. So I guess I was kind of prepared for it. So I was like, I kind of woke up and was a bit like, what just happened? Feeling so much sadness and loss for this dragon being. And then I feel like I'm seeing stuff all around, like on the roof, and then things are kind of like making sense. It's like I'm coming back into my body, coming back into this reality. And then I notice a ginormous wizard, like a really loving wizard, like just feeling a lot of love coming from there. And he's just sitting next to me and like kind of explaining what's going on, and then like taking and removing all the stuff that was on my skin, like that the dark wizard had placed from this past life. And I just felt like this love being like wrapped around me, and it was all being cleared, and I'm like fully awake now, and I'm hearing like the story of what's going on in this past life, and then just being told that this guide is going to like show me around over the next few days. So then he starts telling me about like the history and all that, like from me being in Italy. So I was a white dragon, and there's all this information that's coming through about the white dragon versus the red dragons. So I'm actually just going to put a little snippet of that up here, because I actually now have looked that up, and pretty wild. But yeah, so since then, so many dragons have been coming into my awareness in Italy, and then I just got to Spain, and it's just been really, really, really beautiful. Now, I've already been working with dragons for quite some time, over the last few years, and there's just a lot that's coming through right now, a lot of love, a lot of wonderful codes. So if you're curious and want to learn more about the dragon energy, and perhaps this is speaking to you, perhaps you are also having some interesting dreams like myself, then you can head on over to my profile. There's a bunch of other videos. If you scroll down, you can find some of my dragon light language activation videos. And you can also head to my website. I have a couple workshops as well, one particularly with the dragons, for abundance and prosperity. So you can go check that out as well. And yeah, there's lots more coming through. And if you are hearing the calling for the dragons, I encourage you to listen with love and listen to what they have to say, because it could absolutely, completely change your world. So with that, sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next video.